Hello guys, how are you? We will discuss how to create a program in Java. So this is a time-based instruction. Time-based instruction. So what does it mean? We are talking about time-based instruction, we are just touching the most salient part of your Java topic. Now, our task for today is very simple. We create and revisit the Java programming commands. Well, of course, we're gonna start with the basic concept of producing a Java program. So we'll be using the OOP and of course structural programming. Structural programming in Java. Okay, so we have two. Well, OOP is object-oriented programming, and this is the most obvious term in information technology. And of course, now one of the trepidation of students in computing is to start with the OOP programming. So we'll make this more easier for you to understand, and of course, we'll discuss lighter side of Java programming. Now, in this case, we will discuss how to, what, number one, we have to, well, of course, how to use the loop command in Java. And at the same time, we'll be discussing also how to, of course, create your own, what you call these methods, or we call it functions. At the same time, we'll invoke some of, invoke the, some of your, what you call this, package library in Java, invoke the Java package using what? Date and time. And what else? So we have the loop command in Java, create your own method functions, invoke the Java package using date and time. And of course, we're gonna use also the OOP. OOP stands for Object Oriented Programming. Okay, that is in Java. Now it's very simple. If you're thinking about the OOP, it's more about objects, and objects has its own classes and classifications. It has its own attributes. So we'll have to combine it here. We'll make it more lighter, and of course, now at the end of the topic, we'll learn how to use the Java package, how to use the date and time, and at the same time the combinations of mixing the methods and of course the OOP. All right, let's say we create here a simple program, a real application that will ask the user to enter a number. So, but before doing that, we'll of course, because we're asking the user to enter a number, we're gonna invoke what you call this the Java what? The Java util, and of course we're referring to your scanner. Okay, this is for your input and output. All right, and then we're gonna invoke also what you call this the Java that time that local time. So this is your class time for the class, and of course this is your well, this is part of your Java package, also the local time, so that we can display the time. And at the same time, we have here to use the time. But again, if you don't want to use this local time specifically for the library, you can use also the wildcards here. This is not to specify what kind of methods, kinds of class that will be using, but again, this will be uh, call all the local time and the local date. Okay, so we have here the local date. Okay, so far we have three packages right here, and you start with the java.util. This is where you call the scanner. This is where you display the time, and of course this is where you display the date. Okay, so we have three packages right here. So these are the packages. Packages, well, that is your library, okay, or modules. Now, so if you want to start with your Java programming, okay, it's very simple. You literally need to install those Java in terms of huge packages and modules. Okay, if you want to make your life easier, you can use your cell phone, you can use your PC, and of course invoke the online Java program just like this one. So you start first the public class. Let's say we have the excerpt. This is the name of the class. Okay, this is the class name. This is the blueprint of the program. So therefore, we'll of course now all the all the members, and of course the field members, and of course the objects and other things will be included right here. Okay, so this is the main program of that. Now let us start first with the basic structured programming. And of course, right after that, we're gonna create our own methods, the function. So what's the purpose of the function? The purpose of that is, well, of course, that will serve as a utility for a particular task. Like for example, utility to display the name, utility to display the time, a utility to display the numbers, something like that. Now, we will call now, we will declare now the variable right here. So the algorithm is very simple. Ask the user, okay, it's very simple, to enter any number, okay, print the number and increment by 1, and then until end the loop if the user enter negative 99. So that's very simple. And then right after that, of course, ending the execution of, of the program by calling the methods to say what? Thank you. So that's very simple. Okay, this is the algorithm of the program that we will be tackling today. Ask the user to enter any number, print the number in increment by 1, and the loop if the user enter the negative 99, ending the execution of the program by calling the methods to say thank you. Well, we haven't yet touched here the OOP, but again, we are just, starting to 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 roll our sleeves just to complete the program. So we will first declare the variable. So this is your data literal for that. Interrupt num. Okay. The purpose of this is where we, what you call this, ask the user to enter a number. So system dot out. This is how you this is how you invoke. I'm sorry. This is how you invoke the the input right here. So print line enter and then enter any number. Now it's very simple. So we have to use the loop. The control for the loop is very simple. We can use the do while loop, the while loop, and of course we can use the for next loop. But again, we're using the while loop here for the sake of the discussion. Okay, so there you have it. And at the top, we'll of course, since we have this util, we will declare the class for here, scanner, and then declare our object. So the object is input. Okay, you can use your own variable for that. Calls new scanner. So this is the constructor for that. Okay, the constructor that will be inherited by this object. The scanner is only part of the scanner class right here. This is the part of it, the utility class. So we will be using the function of the scanner system.in. It stands for what? For the input. Okay. So scanner input is the object and this is the constructor. Now what will happen is, well, we will use here the num for the input equals to, let's say, we call the input and force the method of the number that is the next int because we need to match this number to this input. Therefore, we are asking the user to enter the number. Now, if you can still recall what I have infused while ago, so that we need to ask the user to enter a number and force loop the statement right here. So while num is not equals to, remember, well, I assume that you understand this. These are the different symbolic math operators of your Java programming. Okay, not equals to negative 99. While the number is not equals to negative 99, let us continue our task right here. So we need to increment the value of num by 1. So what will happen is num equals to num plus 1. Okay, this is the vintage way of doing it. Or maybe you can use the num plus equals 1. Okay, num plus equals 1. Now, let us continue. And then we need to print it out. Okay, system.out. Okay, that print line. Then we have here value of num. Okay, is, so let us use the concatenation. Concatenate it, and force another concatenation, and then we print the value of num. So after that, while we are while the statement is true because you're not entering the negative 99 right here, we're gonna ask again the user to what, to enter an option. If she or he wants to continue the loop, then again the user will enter negative 99. Otherwise, it will continue to display the value of the num. Okay, so what will happen is, well, we have to ask it right here, system dot out dot print line. Okay, enter negative 99 to end. Okay, so that's it. And then we again copy this input at the top. Okay, this is to ask the user again to end execution or to continue the program. It's very simple, right? So there you have it. So this is part of your extra class. We haven't yet, infused here the OOP, but again, just like a simple and of course normal type of programming, structured programming. It's a structure because it is based in a hierarchy style of arranging the statement. Chronologically, the statement is arranged from top to bottom. Okay. Now, after this is, well, of course, this is where we end the program here. Okay, this is the class name, and then this is where we put it here. Now, here, okay, we will put the main public static void main string. This is where we call the enter codes of your extra program. So remember, we have two open brace right here. Okay, and then this is brace is for the loop, and this brace is for the static void main, and this brace is for, okay, well, of course, it is very obvious that this brace is for the exer class. Okay, so what is the missing point here? The missing point in algorithm is to create another method at the top. So you can create a method at the bottom or the top. So since this is the main or the blueprint of the program, remember exer owns everything from here. So exer program has the content of the following. We have here the input. Okay, we have here, of course, the loop. So this is part of your static void main. And of course, the king of all is the exer class. All right. Now, we create here, of course, the method. You can put the method at the bottom, but again, the clearness of instruction is you put the method at the top. Okay, for the basic programmer, for the basic user, you can put it at the top. So how to start with a method? You start with a modifier. Okay, since this is public, we can use public, or we can use, since this is class of the exer, and at the same time, we'll be putting the method inside in the static void. Therefore, we'll be use the static, and then we have here void. So static void is the method wherein we're gonna display the thank you, display thank you. So we don't have any parameter inside here. Remember, we don't have the parameter inside the box. So we'll have to use it as plain. Okay, remember, we are now completing the algorithm. So static void display and say system dot out dot print line, and then we can say thank you, thank you. Now the question is, where is your time and date? So how to put the time and date? Remember, this is already the pre-built-in package of your Java. There's no need to create a program for the time and date. All you have to do is to invoke it right here. So the time and date is will be put right here. Okay, time and date. Remember, we have here the class of the time, and we have here, of course, the methods of local time and local date. So we'll be using this as a constructor. Okay, constructor, we construct the local time and local date. Therefore, we put the local date first. So we're going to put that here. This is the main program of your extern class. Okay, so local date, and then we create the object right here. This is where you create the object. So I will create it, name it as object1 equals to new. No, do not put a constructor. Local date, and then put the method of now. Okay, that's it. That is the property of the local date. So we have here the object1. So while we are asking the user right here, we'll let us first display, of course, that date right now. Remember, this is object1, it's now the local date now. This is part of the class of your class time. Okay, can you, I think you copy this. Now, what will happen is we display the date, okay, system dot out dot print line. Okay, current date is, okay, we'll put the date right here, and then we concatenate it, and then after that, we'll of course we display the object. Okay, obj1. It's very simple, right? Now, when we run the program, okay, let us run the program. Okay, and well, it is better if we can meet some, we can receive some errors or glitches, so that, of course, now that's one way of improving our skills in programming. So when we run the program, what will happen is the current date is 2012. Enter any number. So the number is, let's say, 10. If I enter 10, it will incremented by 1. It will make 11. Okay, let us wait for the compiler to produce the result. Okay, so system out print line value of num is plus num, so that is 10. Okay, let us enter it again. Nothing's happened. Okay, we will check it again. Okay, so let's say I will enter negative 99. All right, I think there's something wrong with the program. Let us run it again. I think there is no error in the program, as I can see it. It's just that I think the compiler is a bit slow to interpret the code. So So let us run it again. Okay, let us wait for the, okay, there you have it. So this is now the current date, 2021. So this is where you use the time for that, for the local date. All right. And well, of course, the missing link here is, of course, we're gonna infuse also the time, but later on we'll do that. Now, the program is asking us to enter any number. For example, if I enter 10 right here, what will happen? So the value of num is 11, because for one thing, if you input of course, the program right here, while num is not equals to negative 99, of course, we increment the value of num as our input by 1. And after that, of course, we did an option for the user to continue this. If the user enters negative 99, then the program will end. Okay, let us go back and let us enter 99 to end. If we enter again 10 right here, okay, so what will happen? Let us wait for a while. So this will again loop from top. From the top, value of num is 11, value of num is 11. So enter negative 99 to end. So there you have it. Okay, the output is not rendered properly. I don't know what happened. But again, this is a correct program. Maybe there's something, delayed for the for the interpreter to run this program. So if I enter negative 99 right here, let us wait. Or maybe I'll just copy it here, the entire program. I'll copy it again. Okay, Control C, and we clear this value, and then we again copy the entire code, okay, to refresh the code, and then we run again the program. All right, let us wait for the program. Enter a number, let's say negative 99. So if that is negative 99, automatically the program ends. So what is the indicator if the program will end? Okay, now we will invoke this. Okay, so remember we have here the method to display thank you at the bottom for that. So if I enter negative 99, while num is not equals to negative 99, well, of course, it will continue to loop until such time that, of course, again, this will be again displayed in the screen, and of course, asking for the input. If I enter negative 99, then I will display here, of course, display. So this is where we end the program, because the purpose of this is to end the program. Okay, thank you. So that's it. So this will display thank you. This is where we end the loop. Okay. This will end the loop. This is for the loop. Okay, this ends for the loop, and display 99 will be outside in the purview of this loop. And after that, we again fuse the end static void main and the extra class. Okay, now again, let us run the program again. Okay, let us check it again. Or if there's something wrong that will happen along the way, then we will, okay, there's something, a delay in this code. Okay, I don't know what happened. So thank you. Okay, so that's it. So we have here this word thank you. Now let us run the program again. I hope that this interpreter will, I don't know what happened. Enter any number. If I say 10, okay, I don't know why is it that, I think it's on the compiler, I guess. Okay, we run it again. So we are here to enter any number. I suppose we enter number right here or here. Okay. So I think there's a problem in the, I mean, because I'm using the online ID of the Java programming. Maybe there's something wrong with the connection or something with my connection at my end. But again, nevertheless, this program is running so far, and we don't have any problem meets in terms of the codes. Okay, let us continue. I will again copy this thing. Sorry for that inconvenience. Okay. And then refresh this again. Then put it right here. And then run the program. All right, let us wait what will happen. Okay, I think there's a problem for the interpreter is not working properly. Okay, let us move to the OOP. Okay, if I let's check it first. If I enter negative 99, thank you. Okay, that's it. It's working. And then we run again the program. Negative 99 is where we end the program right here. So enter any number. Okay, if I enter 9, volume num is 10. So that is correct. So, well, of course, we don't have any problem with the program, but again, maybe with the connection or maybe to the server. So, value of num is 10. It is, why is it 10? Because we enter the value of 9. So, num equals to num plus 1. 9 plus 1, that is 10. Enter negative 99 to end. If I enter negative 99, this will end the program. That's it. So, this is where we use the method right here. What if we, again, write our own OOP? So OOP is about object-oriented programming. It's very simple. So if you write object class, there are attributes or behaviors for the OOP. You have the main, you have the submain, or maybe you have the parent or the child. So let's say we have the extra right here. So we don't have any objects. Well, we have objects at the bottom. No? It's talking about structured programming, but we're talking about object-oriented programming. Object-oriented programming. Object-oriented programming. Okay. So where to start? Okay, it's very simple. Since we have here the class extra, this is the owner of this program. And the public static void main, this is the instigator where it runs the program for the main program. You get the point? And at the same time, well, of course, we can inherit all these packages at the top because XR has the temerity to own this thing. Okay, because the name of the class is XR. Now, for object-oriented programming, let's say we need to write a program that will display the current time. Okay, the current time. So since we have the public class XR right here, we're gonna use public XR. So we don't have any parameter inside the XR class. This is void. Now we will use this class and the constructor of the local time to enter the time. So let's say local time. We create the object right here. Okay, inside the XR class. Okay, let's say my time. This is the object equals to local time dot now. Okay, and then we print the time. System dot out. Okay, system dot sort class out dot print line. Okay, current time is okay. All right, that's it. Plus concatenation, and then we put here, of course, the object of my time because this is now inheriting the function of local time and the now. Local time is the name of the class, and of course this is the method of the local time class. So we put here the my time as object. Okay. Now we have here the XR class. Okay, this is the XR program. We're talking about the object-oriented programming program right here. So public class XR, and we have here, of course, we don't. This is now the XR declaration for the XR class. So the XR class has its own behavior. The behavior of the XR class is to display the time. Now, this is now a program that will create another program inside the main program. So we will be using the XR. Remember, we don't have the parameter here. We don't have the parameter right here. So there's no need to infuse any parameters as far as parameters concerned. You can visit my previous tutorial in Java programming. So let us use that here. Remember, this is part of the XR class also, but in another way around, this is your method, okay, for structured programming. So this is now the main program, XR. We will create, we will instantiate an object for the XR class right here. How to do that? Okay, let us use that, XR. Remember, this is the name of the program, XR. So XR now is just like a constructor, okay. XR, like for example, I will say, I will type another object right here, my object 2, okay, equals new XR. So what does it mean? So this is a constructor. It is telling the program that I will execute this program right now using the my object 2. Okay. So when we run the program, expect that this current time will come out. Okay, let us run the program, clear this thing, run the program. So let us wait for the compiler to display it. System.time is my time. So we have an error right here. Okay, this is the error. And then we have to clear this out and then run it again. So current time is 2:29. This is not yet the time is not set. Okay, and of course, as I said a while ago, that the current time will be displayed first because for one thing, well, of course, now this is the owner of the class, the XR. So when we put it inside the static void main, automatically we have here the first program to be executed, the XR, my object was new object XR. And when we enter here, of course, let's say 10, okay, I don't know what happened with this, with the interpreter, but I think in my end, maybe the connections or something like that. Let us copy this again, okay, for the sake of this discussion. Okay, class, and then we copy that. All right. All right, and then we again paste the code. So that's how we queue the program. All right, so it will be display. Current time is that there you have it, and current date is okay. So we have the current time and current date. Why is it that current time came first? Because we put the Xhere main program right here with this behavior to display the current time at the top. There you have it in the main program. Xhere main object 2 equals to Xhere. So display the current time, and of course we have here the next is the current date. Okay, so enter 10. I don't know what will happen, but again, the program is running good, except only for the interpreter right now. Maybe we have a problem with the server, connecting to the server of this IDE. Okay, so there you have it. Now, let us again create another program at the bottom. So the program here is to call the Xhere property. Okay, let's say we need to enter another, we need to again to write a program for the OP program that will display the time. Okay, how to do that? So public void end time. So this is now the end time. We don't have the parameter here. I'll just copy this, okay? And then this is part of the method of your end time. Local time, my time, okay, I'll display one, a unique type of object, time one. So end of code. End of code, okay, we put it here. So remember, we have here the object, of course, we have here the class name, and we declare the object of my time to inherit the local time now. And of course, this is part of your Xhere methods. So Xhere owns this end time, and Xhere owns this code, and of course Xhere owns this structured codes for Java. And of course, this is where we call all the methods, the objects, and the codes. All right. So remember, we declared my object because this is where we instantiate the my object to be reference of the Xhere program. Remember, this is the Xhere program to display the date, and we haven't referenced it to this end time. This is the method, okay, for the object. Now, when we call it automatically, of course, now we can put it at the bottom because our purpose is after we display thank you, we will display what? We will display end of code. So end of code will be right here. So we're going to display again, of course, what is that program here? The program is the my object 2. So we will display what? My object 2 and call what? Call this where's that Xhere at the top? Call the end time program. Okay, end time program. So we'll put it right here. Let us copy this first. Okay, where's that? Okay, we have here the my object 2, and then we will put it here, my object 2, and then we put here what? End time. So this end time now is part of the my object 2 because my object 2, well, of course, this is reference to Xhere. So therefore, well, of course, Xhere owns the following. So we have here the my object 2, we have here the end time, and then of course we have here the my object 2. Okay. All right, that's it. Now, when we run the program, automatically, well, of course, we can display now, of course, the end time, the end of code right here. Where's that end of code? Okay, at the top of the program, that's we have here the Xhere. So end of code, that my time, because my time now is part of the local time. Okay, run code. Let us check what will happen because we have, okay, enter any number. Okay, let us put -99. Let us check if this, okay, thank you. End of code, that is right here. So there you have it. So this is now part of your, what do you call this? This is a time-based type of instructions in Java programming. And you can also check the link below to preview the previous Java programming that I uploaded in this channel. And please don't forget to share and like the channel. Thank you so much for watching.